I think the next event on the beach will be the single ski, and the competitors coming down towards the water's edge now to gain a start in the single ski. And looking through the field, we've got Rawlings from Southport, Bond from the entrance, so he's backing up so quickly after having just taken out the double ski final, so he's just about to be exhausted. Steve Wood from Manly's there, what a great paddler he is. Chris Guan from Avoca, Jim Newman from Freshwater, David Simpson from Maroubra, Bob Barry from North Wollongong, Darren Gear from Kira, and also, who else have we got in this race? Tim Maishman from Angel Sea, Peter Noble from the entrance, Ray Martin from Avoca, not to be confused with a man from another television station, and Blake Canavo from North Bondi. Mick, is there a particular favourite, or is the surf too big to nominate a winner in this?
Yeah, I guess the surf is pretty big, and I don't think that it's going to be a cut and dry race. If it had been dead flat water, I'd say that Chris Bond might be the one who would take it out fairly comfortably, but in this sort of a surf, anyone can win. Chris Bond is the competitor from the entrance. He's a 1985 Australian single ski champion. He finished second last year in an incredibly close finish with Kelvin Graham from Southport, Queensland, and he's been one of Australia's best ski paddlers for many years, and is off immediately to a good start. And we have actually 3 or 4 of the competitors pull out in this final, and we've only in fact got 9 competitors in it, and they've made their way off the start. It was a good clean start. They've come through a few waves, and you can see a good overhead shot there from the helicopter as they're coming up to another broken wave, and it looks like some of these competitors might get a break here and be able to come right through. We've got a North Bondi competitor there doing very well. We have Steve Wood is out with a rudder problem, and the others are making their way through now, and it looks like if they get over this last couple of little waves, it will be a clean break for 3 or 4 of them. It looks like, not sure, can't quite pick up the cap of the person who's in front. Bond is in second place on the blue ski on this end of the screen. Have the winner for you in a second. It looks like Gear from Kira. It's the Kira cap in the Gold Coast in Queensland. It's Gear from Kira in Queensland. Now, he's made the trip down for this carnival as well, and he's been hotly pursued by Chris Bond from the entrance, and I dare say that we might have Chris Bond go past Gear fairly soon on their way out. But don't take anything away from young Gear. He's a hot young paddler from Kira. And back in third place, we have young Blake Kavanagh from the North Bondi Club. Now, he's only a second-year junior, and I think it's a pretty gutsy performance for him just to be out there in these conditions, David. He's a second-year junior, this young North Bondi kid, and he's out there battling it out in third place with these top seniors.
Mate, they make them tough over in the eastern suburbs, mate. Those of us that live over near those beaches, we know how tough it can be, but certainly conditions today not ideal for those that aren't experienced in them, but we've seen some quite notable performances, and really it's no place for the faint-hearted out there at the moment on these single skis as they go round the cans and they're about to head on the way back in.
Okay, and as we stated before, the positions haven't really changed, except that we can see that Ian Rawlings from Southport, South Australia, has moved up into third place. He's gone past young Blake Kavanagh, and so he's dropped back into fourth place, but it is still Gear from Kira in first place. He's turned the first orange can, and Chris Bond is making a move now on the inside. If he can go past him here on the inside, he'll get that first run out of the can, and it's a good performance from Bond. He's a very, very determined competitor. I remember Dave in the 1985 Australian Championships. He'd been knocking on the door for many, many years. He crossed the line about a length or two clear. He knelt on the ground and threw his paddle into the air and kissed the sand, and he was an unbelievably relieved competitor, finally crack his first national title, and one of the most motivated and determined competitors I've ever seen, and he's almost in the lead here. In fact, he may have taken the lead, and Gear has dropped back into second place, and we have the Southport, South Australia competitor in third place, and Kavanagh still in fourth.
Well, they're strung out a bit, but as they've now all turned around and heading back towards the beach, and the big sets are starting to roll in behind them, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when they try and come down these huge waves and come down the mine into the sandbank, and whether they can maintain their form all the way through the white water back to the beach, because that's the business end of the race. It's all right to be leading where they are at the moment, but as we know, anyone can catch one of these waves that are coming up, and there's 3 or 4 of them getting onto a wave at the moment, trying to out the back. Oh, are they going to get it or not?
Yes, two of them have come right through from out the back. It's Gear from Kira on a wave. It's Blake Kavanagh is also on a wave, and I can't quite pick up the third competitor at this stage. He's put his right rudder, and he's in fact pulled off the wave. Now that's a funny sort of a move. That was gun of Avoca, and I don't know why he did that. Maybe didn't want to risk his gear, but we can see Blake Kavanagh taking that whitewash. He's still hanging on, and what a top performance. He's just come off, and young Blake Kavanagh could have come through, just about to win that.
Both of them have come off.
And everyone else is off that wave, and so it's still anyone's race. Out the back, off the picture at this stage, is Chris Bond, who's come through on a wave, and if he can hold this through to the beach, he was unlucky to miss the first wave, and it looks like he might come through and take this out. Chris Bond is on this wave. Here he is in picture. Big finish from Chris Bond. Determination written all over his face, and he's going to come through in about another 10 or so strokes, come through and take out the Open Single Ski Championship at Freshwater Beach, and a top performance, and he gives a bit of a wave to the crowd. He was unlucky when one of the other waves that all the others got on, he missed it down his end, and Chris Bond has come through on the one behind after they've all fallen off and taken out first place.
And also just coming through, another competitor who's just come through to finish second.
That's right, it's Rawlings from South Australia, it looks like. And here we have a replay on screen of the young junior Blake Kavanagh from North Bondi. Top effort to stay on as long as he did. You can see here he looks like he's gone, but he's still hanging on. Now his left cheek had been hanging completely off the ski, but he stayed on and he's come through, and then he's just hit at the last second, and very unfortunate. What a performance it would have been from him, David, to come through and win as a second-year junior in the open single ski.
What a great performance though from Chris Bond from the entrance, because it's only half an hour ago that he teamed with Peter Lang to take out the double ski. So a great double from him, the double and single ski events here today.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. He's done a whole lot of things right. Now we have confirmation of the single ski final, which was run earlier this afternoon, I'm sorry. Chris Bond of the entrance taking out first place, Ian Rawlings of Southport, South Australia in second, and young Gear from Kira in Queensland in third place.